Before going into the shlokas, the interesting fact for today will be about the chandas or the poetic meter in which Raghuvamsham is composed. Please do subscribe to the Sanskrit Garden to know many more interesting stories and interesting facts from the Sanskrit literature. श्रेणीबन्धाद्वितन्वद्भिरस्तम्भां तोरणस्रजं सारसैः कलनिर्हार्दैः क्वचिदुन्नमिताननौ. Now and then, Dilip and Sudakshina lifting their faces to see the cranes that made undecipherable but melodious sounds, and by whom a toranam without the supporting posts was strung. This verse again describes the scenery that King Dilip and Sudakshina were enjoying during their journey. Kvachit unnamitanano means occasionally they lifted their heads and they saw the sky. And what did they see there? They saw the cranes. They saw the cranes, and not just cranes but the toranam that was made by the cranes. Toranam, even now this word is in use. We decorate the entrance door of our house with toranams, and especially during festivals or special occasions the entrance door is decorated with these toranams. So these cranes made those toranams, but there is a speciality in the toranam made by the cranes. It did not have the stambam, the supporting posts. Without the supporting posts, they made a toranam. Pavanasyanukulatvat prarthana siddhishamsinah rajobhistuраgotkirnaihi asprishtalokaveshtanau. Due to the favorable wind which denoted the fruition of their desire, the hairlock of the queen and the headgear of the king were untouched by the dust that was aroused by the horses. This next verse describes the direction of the wind and what it indicates. So, pavanasya anukulatvat prarthana siddhi samshinaha. That means because of the favorable wind, the wind was moving in the same direction in which the chariot was moving. So due to favorable wind, they thought that their prayers will be answered. It is considered as a good omen if the wind is favorable. Also, the dust that the running horses, they aroused dust, but this dust did not touch the hairlock of Queen Sudakshina and did not touch the headgear of King Dilipa. Sarasishwara vindanam vichi vikshobhashitalam amodamupajighrantau swanishwasanukarinam. While travelling, they smelt the lotuses which were cooled by the ripples of the lake and which had pleasing fragrance which was akin to the fragrance of their, that is Dilip and Sudakshina's breath. While describing the journey of King Dilip and Queen Sudakshina, Kalidasa stimulates all the five senses of the readers. First, he describes the feel of the breeze, then the sounds that they heard, then the sight that they saw. Now he describes the smells that they experienced. So this verse says, Sarasishu Aravindanam. Saras is the lake. In these lakes, Aravindanam, of the lotuses, Amodam Upajigrantau, by smelling the fragrance of the lotuses in the lakes, Jagmatu, they travelled. How was the smell of these lotuses? Vichi Vikshobha Shitalam Amogham. That is, the smell, the fragrance was very cool because the lotus was constantly agitated by the ripples of the lake, so it became very cool. And Swanishwasanukarinam, and this fragrance was very similar to the fragrance of the breath of King Dilip and Queen Sudakshina. So this kind of fragrance they smelled. Aravinda means lotus. How did lotus get the name Aravinda? Arakarani dalani tat sadrishyat araha tani vindati iti aravindaha. That is, that which has petals which are in the shape of the spokes of a wheel, that lotus is called Aravinda. This Aravinda is supposed to have very good fragrance, and it is considered as one of the arrows of Cupid, Manmatha. Also, it is said that if a lotus is in the water for a very long time, then the fragrance increases. And the verse says that the fragrance of this lotus was similar to the smell of the breath of King Dilip and Queen Sudakshina. It is believed that if a person's breath smells like the fragrance of lotus, then it indicates that the person is from a very good lineage. So the poet, through this, the poet reinforces that King Dilip and Queen Sudakshina belong to a very good lineage. Grameshvatmavisrishteshu yupachinheshu yajvanam amoghav pratigrinhanta varghyanupadamashishah. They travelled, taking the blessed waters and fruitful blessings from the authorities of Vedic rituals at the villages which had sacrificial posts and where they had given donations previously. Next verse says, King Dilip and Queen Sudakshina, they stopped in villages, Grameshu. In what kind of villages? Yupachinheshu Grameshu, in villages which had these sacrificial posts which indicate that yajnas are being performed in these villages. In those villages they stopped. And also Atma Visrishteshu Yupachinheshu Grameshu, that is, in the villages where they had given donations. Queen Sudakshina and King Dilip had made donations to these villages. In these villages they stopped. What did they do there? They collected the blessings, amoghaha ashishaha, the fruitful blessings of the yajnas, yajvanam amoghaha ashishaha, and also the arghyam, the water, the energized water. They received this from these villages and Jagmatuhu. They travelled. Hayyangavinamādāya घोषवृद्धानुपस्थितान् नामधेयानि पृच्छन्तौ वन्यानां मार्गशाखिनाम्. They travelled, asking the elders of the cowherd village, who brought fresh butter for the king and the queen, about the names of the wild trees on the roadside. In this verse, the poet says, King Dilipa and Queen Sudakshina visited the village of the cowherds, and the elders of the village met the king and the queen. That is, Ghosha Vriddhaha indicates the elders of the village. And it was a practice those days that one should not visit the king empty-handed. So these cowherds also, they took something for the king. What did they take? They took Hayyangavinam, that is butter. And this is a special butter. This butter is made from previous day's milk. So it is very fresh, and it is said that it is more sweeter and more tastier than the normal butter. So this special butter, they took this special butter and gave it to the king and the queen. and the king and the queen interacted with these cowherd people. Now, how did King Dilip and Queen Sudakshina interact with the cowherd people? Vanyanam Margashikhanam Namadheyani Prichantau. By asking the names of the various wild forest trees that were on either sides of the road. And this verse shows the magnanimity of King Dilipa and Queen Sudakshina. They visited the village of the cowherds, they accepted the butter presented by them, and they also interacted with the cowherd people. See, the king and the King Dilipa is like the emperor of the world. He is in the topmost position, but still he is humble enough to interact with the cowherd people of his kingdom. And also, while interacting, he did not interact by talking politics or economics or any other subject that the cowherd people will not understand. He interacted by talking on a subject in which those people, the cowherd people, are well versed in. They have very good knowledge about the trees, about the flora and fauna of that place, and King Dilip and Queen Sudakshina spoke to them on that subject. Now that we have come to the end of this episode, as promised before, I will tell you about the Chandas. Chandas is nothing but the meter, poetic meter. This poetic meter, it gives a rhythm. When we recite something, it gives a nice rhythm in which we can recite that particular verse. It also helps in remembering it easily. So it's very easy to memorize if there is a rhythm. Raghuvamsham is not using, Kalidasa has not just used one Chandas. Raghuvamsham consists of 21 different meters. The first Sarga is in Anushtup Chandas. This Anushtup Chandas is a very common poetic meter which you will find in many shlokas like Vishnu Sahasranamam and all. They are all in Anushtup Chandas. But the ending shloka of the first Sarga is in a different Chandas. So the change in Chandas in Raghuvamsham indicates that the next Sarga will be in a different meter. The various Chandas that are used in Raghuvamsham are Anushtup, Indravajra, Upajatihi, Upendravajra, Aupachandasikam, Totakam, Druta Vilambitam, Praharshini, Manjubhashini, Mattamayura, Mandakranta, Malini, Rathodhata, Vamshastham, Vasantatilaka, Vaitaliyam, Shardula Vikriditam, Shalini, Swagata, Harini. Thank you for watching this episode. Bahu dhanyavadaha. Kripaya the Sanskrit Garden Vahini like, share, subscribe kurvantu. Agrima video madhye punarmilami. Namaste.